Tutorial on how to get your custom characters into Crysis. First thing you'll need is the rig that's found in your Crysis directory in mods, examples, example assets, objects, characters, human male, and then it's character max inside that folder. Okay, when you open that, you're going to be faced with these guys. The one on the right you just want to leave alone, that's the physics rig. The one in the middle is the rig which you're going to be playing with. And you can also see there's some meshes, so if you are building a character, then build it around one of these meshes, or use one of these meshes as the base mesh, because that way you know that it'll fit the rig and it'll deform correctly. Right, I'm just going to open up my custom character. As you can see, I've built my character out of parts, so he doesn't have a head at the moment, so I'm just going to finish importing him. So I go to import my head as an OBJ. Okay, just OK that. As you can see, my head's in there. Okay, I'll just turn that to an editable poly. Give it a smoothing group. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my character. What you need to do now is you need to group all your character meshes, all like the head and the feet and the hands, into one object called character. So I've got a character here. I'll just attach the head. Okay, so that's all attached together now. So what you want to do now is you want to skin your character. So if I unhide everything, you can now see that here's the file which you saw before with a couple of lights and stuff for my test renders. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to select my character, give it a skin modifier, and this is where you're going to add all the bones. You then need to add every single biped bone which doesn't have the word physics after it, or the word nub at the end of it. Okay, so you just go through selecting all of these. Okay, that should be all of them. And now this is where you'd edit your envelopes to create your nicely deforming mesh and paint your weights. Basically this skins your character to the bones to allow it to deform correctly and use the animations in the game. But as I'm making a quick tutorial, I won't go through that now because it's quite a lengthy process to make it go right. Right, next thing you need to do is Crysis works on variations and level of detail, so you have to create, or you can create, level of detail meshes. Basically what these are is they are optimized versions of your hide detail mesh to make your game run smoother as the characters move further away. So what you want to do if you're creating them is you just create character underscore thin. That's basically a thin version of your character, and then you need a character underscore thin underscore LOD2, which is the medium level of detail. You then optimize the mesh to make it better for a game. You need a level of detail 3 on your thin. You then need a fat, character underscore fat, which would be a slightly chunkier version of your character, and then level of detail 2 and 3 again. You then need a character level of detail 2 and level of detail 3 for your normal character. So you got character fat and thin, then you got character fat and thin level of detail 2 and 3. Okay, so next we want to export our character into the game. So what you need to do is you select all your character nodes, so that would be character fat and all the level of details and character thin. Then take it to the exporter. You then add selected, and this file's quite nice. It's all set up for you. It'll export a file per node and add all the bones for you, so you just need to click export. Okay, it'll come up with a warning saying that the biped twist bones are reparented. That's fine. And it's come up with some errors just saying that I haven't set the materials to the Crytex shader, but that's fine. So we just say yes, and that'll export. Okay. So now we open up Crysis. So here's the character editor screen. What we need to do is we need to open a pre-made character. So I'm going to open a marine. You can't use the nano suit because it's in a different bind pose. So all your animations and character will be a bit tentacly. So if you open up marine, any of the marines, I'm going to open Marine 04 helmet, goggles off, Sinsphere VTOL. Okay, so here's my marine. I'm going to remove all of his attachments, so that's just left him with his body there. So we need to get rid of his body, so we need to select the character and give him a new material. We're going to give him a no draw material, which is basically just means it won't be drawn when the game renders it. So if that's in Object Editor, then you want no draw. Okay, he's gone. Next we need to put our new skin on, so we need to make a new attachment, call it body or something like that. Okay, it needs to be a skin attachment, and then we need to find where we exported our character to. Okay, basically the exporter exports the character to the same place as the max file. So my custom character is saved in the level folder. So it's levels, climap, terminal 3, characters, tutorial character. Okay, so that's where I've saved my character. Yours will be wherever your max file is. So you then select character.chr and click open. Okay, as you can see, nothing's happened. You need to put a material on it. So this is where you'd select the material for your person. Okay. For some reason my material editor is a bit funny. There we go. Tutorial character. Okay, so now we apply that, and as you can see, there's our character in game. It's a bit shiny. I need to play about with the specular levels, but as you can see, we've got the wrong animations here. So what we need to do is we need to click on choose base character, and that will bring back all the animations which our marine had. And so if we grab a animation, we'll see what he looks like. Let's get him cleaning a boat. Okay, there we go. There's our character animating. As you can see, because I didn't spend time skinning it, we got a bit of a, I think his gloves attached to his chest, so we got a bit of a spike coming out. But that'll be solved by just spending some time skinning. Okay, so to get it actually playing in game, what we need to do is we need to save that out. So if we save that as a tutorial, .cdf, and that will go into the same folder as your max file. Okay, and I'll close the character editor. Okay, so I'm just in game now. Need to go to Entity, AI, bring in a grunt, bring him up so you can see him. Here he is. Okay, then in the grunt properties, you need to go to Model, and you need to navigate to where you just saved it. It should be in the history, but you may need to find it. Okay, so then you want to choose the CDF, which stands for Character Definition File. Okay, you click on Open, and there he is, in game. Okay, all that's left to do is give him a gun. We'll give him the Asian Rifleman. Okay. Then you need to click Reload Script to give him the gun, and then we'll drop in game. And there he is. Okay. So that is custom character in game.